Richard, you guys have been doing this for 20 years. How do you keep the team energized and ready for the next thing?
The origins of Splash Damage is we were a group of friends that met online playing multiplayer games. So, and this was in an era where multiplayer was such a niche area. We had that love of multiplayer. We became friends through playing games together, and we started a company from that. And so beyond that, for Splash Damage is about building lifelong friendships. So because we became friends in games, that becomes our ethos for the studio going forward.
So in that vein, are you guys sticking with the multiplayer game mantra?
Games are becoming more and more online to the point where there isn't a distinction between single player and multiplayer anymore. So I think we're kind of at the advantage in that we've been doing multiplayer for so many years that we can start to put all those things into one experience. So yes, in short, multiplayer is still a key part of our area, but I think it's really in how do we make that experience more seamless? Because there shouldn't really be a divide between what is a single player game and what is a multiplayer game anymore.
Technology is evolving, obviously, especially in the game industry, so rapidly. How are you guys keeping up, and how is that impacting the development of your games?
So there's a few things from a technology perspective. I mean, for one, we're big advocates of cloud. I think if the eventual future of games, I think, mirrors that same view of the way distribution went. So I mean, that same virtualization of games will happen with hardware, right? To the point where I don't need to have an Xbox or a PC that's gathering dust in my living room or in my desk. That's what I love about games, is every day is different and you're embracing new technologies as they come forward, right? So again, like, we're looking at photogrammetry now. We're looking, I mean, motion capture and then performance capture is the next evolution of that, but it's always looking to what's that next thing beyond that's going to elevate the experience for players. And you look at Unreal Engine, and that's been such a great thing for us as a studio. The economies of scale that come from having multiple projects use the same technology base has been great for us.
I do like the word friendship because you brought that up, and it is part of the values of this company. So do you feel like that's still being translated to as big as you guys have gotten, not only to the employees, but the players and the fans of Splash Damage?
I hope so. The most exciting time ever for me always is release day for the game, right? Because you're getting to see players enjoying your game. When you see that people have built friendships from your game, I think that's really when it makes it so much more special, right? And when you get to interact with your fans and go to those community events, that's when it really makes it all the worthwhile. So I can honestly say, hand on heart, this is probably the most exciting time it's ever been for Splash Damage in our history. Now we are part of Tencent, and I joked about this in one of the interviews I did. It is like having the cheat codes. I don't have to be on the road doing biz dev anymore. I can focus on the games. What is the portfolio? How do we bring together all the experience, all the learnings we've had from these 20 or so years, and just focus them on the games? And for me, that is so super exciting now. And so if you've known what Splash Damage has done in the past, then you'll have an inkling as to what we're actually going to be working on, because we're going back to our roots and we're going to be working on shooters.
Okay.